parts, so many different moving parts going on, with the whole Palestine, Israel. Um, well, South Africa is suing Israel, as they should, okay, on behalf of Palestine, as they should. So I just wanted to kind of get into what is third party intervention at the International Court of Justice. So I found this article and I wanted to kind of dig into it with you all real quick. Okay, because I was going back reviewing the case, the most up to date documents for the South Africa versus Israel on behalf of Palestine. Okay, so let's just go through this article real quick. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because clarification is always needed, and don't ever be ashamed for it. So, this is coming from DW. Okay, shout out to Arthur. Every day when you're walking down the street. Okay, this article is coming from DW.com. Okay, what is third party intervention at the ICJ by Lucia Skulton? And this was written January 19, 2024. Germany has said it will intervene on Israel's behalf in the genocide case brought by South Africa at the International Court of Justice in The Hague. DW explains what motivates the intervention and how it works. So just by that alone, I am not on the side of Germany nor Israel. Okay, just let's just be clear. Okay, justice for Palestine, justice for Sudan, justice for Congo, justice for Haiti, justice for all melanated nations. Okay, period. Even the ones that don't know that they're serving the colonial master. Okay, or don't get it yet. They don't quite get the impact of their support of the colonial imperial masters. Yes. So anyways, South Africa has taken Israel to the International Court of Justice, accusing it of violating the UN's 1948 Genocide Convention and Israel's current war against Hamas in Gaza. The Israeli military launched a massive operation against Hamas after the militant Islamic Islamist group carried out a series of terrorist attacks on Israel on October 7th that killed 1,200 people and saw 240 taken hostage. But this really leaves out the fact of what Israel has been doing globally for years, for decades, okay? So you have to, as you're reading things, as you're absorbing information, make sure you're also relating it back to the source. Okay, why is the source speaking about it from this angle? So now that we know, it's easier for us to really disseminate or understand or absorb the proper information after we filter out the nonsense. Okay, so that's why I can read anything. I can absorb anything, and as long as I know like what the source or where the source is coming from, then I know how to, partition the facts and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's an ongoing thing that you're gonna always have to learn to, improve. But anyways, Hamas is classified as a terrorist organization by the European. Listen to the people that are working together in their classifications of these minority type of people. Hamas is classified as a terrorist organization by the European Union, Germany, and the United States of America, among other nations. See, this is how they like to sway people's minds. But anyway, over the coming weeks, the courts will have to decide whether to issue the provisional measures requested by. See, this was in January. I need it more up to date. But anyways, because they're recounting the facts, the what's happening, but with their narrative. But anyways, let's just go down further. How can a third party intervene? International law expert Stephanie Talman of the University of Bonn explained that a third party could intervene because the Genocide Convention is an international treaty. It has been signed by about 150 states, including South Africa, Israel, and Germany. According to Article 63 of the Statute of the ICJ, any party to a multilateral treaty can intervene in a dispute concerning how the treaty is interpreted. Talman told DW, He added that a state would do this because an interpretation of the treaty by the ICJ would affect all parties. Period. Okay? Does a third party take sides? In theory, Talman continued, an entity enters proceedings as a neutral party, helping the court interpret the treaty, for example. In practice, however, an entity always wants to support one of the sides with its interpretation. He said, this made sense given the nature of the proceedings. If you have an antagonistic dispute, i.e., a dispute between two parties, and it has a question of how to interpret a treaty, then you will inevitably support one of the parties, depending on how you interpret the contract. In its statement, the German government said that it firmly opposed a political instrumentation of the Genocide Convention and rejected the genocide accusation leveled against Israel. Gaslighting. See how they get, like, it is definitely a genocide going on right now. It's Palestine, Gaza doesn't even have a chance of fighting back. So what are you literally warring at? You're bombing and killing people. That's all you're doing. And then you're gaslighting the rest of the world you're trying to gaslight the rest of the world into believing what you're doing is honorable when it is in fact not. Anyways, this accusation has no basis whatsoever, okay? And you guys see this massacre going on in Gaza, in Palestine, all over the world that does not agree with these particular UN, Germany, and the United States type of people. You see what I'm saying there? Without saying what I'm saying, but I'm saying what I'm saying, period. Anyways, what role does an intervening state play? Oh my gosh. Okay. An intervening state presents its interpretation of the particular provisions of the treaty to the ICJ, explained Talman, saying that this is done both in writing and orally at the hearing itself. He added that such a state could only make a statement on the treaty's provisions, not on the content of the case itself. Talman said it had become more common for third parties to intervene in the International Court of Justice proceedings in the past 3 years. Germany has intervened as a third party alongside other states in 2 other cases relating to the Genocide Convention, Ukraine versus the Russian Federation and Gambia versus Myanmar. Okay? In South Africa's case against Israel, Bangladesh and Jordan are 2 states that have announced that they are prepared to intervene and present evidence supporting South Africa's case. Period. We love that, okay? So I just, wanted to get some clarification because even certain things can get a little confusing sometimes, okay, depending on which side you're looking at it. And it's by design. They want us to be confused. So we have to intentionally make sure that we're unconfusing ourselves, okay, period. And there's some people that's not even tapped in, okay, and it's heartbreaking, okay. But I understand, and we should understand that everyone is just doing their best, honestly, given the situations that we find ourselves in these days. So the people that are causing the harm are the people that need to reform, you know what I'm saying, and do everything necessary to make this right, because it could get very, very ugly very, very soon. But anyways, this is why we need to support one another, okay? Basically, any entity that's against Zionist, fascist, racist people is a side that all melanated, including black, brown, yellow, all of that, should support. We can figure out our delineations and our differences a little bit later because we have a greater goal to defeat right now. But no, people want to do the delineations and all of that to the point where it becomes catastrophic and becomes distracting to the overall bigger picture. We can decipher amongst what is what later when we actually save humanity as a whole first. Okay? Everyone has needs that have not been met yet in every community, okay? Especially us black people, okay? Because we take the brunt of all the melanated people's, fight, really. And this is to be understood, and I believe that the other melanated folks are understanding that without the specifically black melanated woman, it's a lot of hardships that other minorities would never have been able to, you know, rise up out of. So for sure. However, again, we have a bigger battle ahead of us. We can decipher. That's light work. Delineating. Okay, don't say this. Don't say that. That's light work. We can figure that shit out after we conquer the bigger enemy. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. It's satire. All of this is just satire. It's conjecture and all of that, right? Sure. Look, heed to my warnings. It's all. It's. I'm just joking. Ha ha ha. Okay, I gotta cover my bases for entertainment purposes only. Sure. But anyways, also if you want an energy reading or a tarot reading, I prefer energy readings because I think they're more true to whoever is needing the help. But if you want a tarot reading, fine. But I prefer to do energy readings because it allows me to get to kind of know and learn your energy first, and then maybe we can do the tarot. But I prefer to do energy readings. Okay, period. Anyways, it's your girl, the Yoruba Goddess Chaotic, and I just want to come live real quick. You know what I'm saying? And thank my supporters. You know, the people that's been rocking day one. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's only up from here. And if you, for some reason, feel like, I don't know, you better than me or whatever, that you can't click that like, then stay there, okay? Stay there. But anyways, for those that don't mind outright supporting me, clicking that like, you know what I'm saying? Even though I won't know if you click the like, the only way I'll know on my YouTube is if you comment and engage and interact. So make sure you do that, okay? And for all you other motherfuckers that's hate watching, keep hate watching because it's just gonna start killing you softly the more I rise. Okay, period. I rise, still I rise, still I rise, still I rise, still I rise. Okay. Anyways, it's your Goddess Chaotic. It's your girl, your Goddess Chaotic.